Hi Pisces, welcome to your mid-November 2017 reading. So I'm trying to get these out at the same time because some people prefer these readings and then others prefer the other readings. The other readings are more family-based. Work is included in it. Sometimes I don't get much work in it, but relationship-oriented, which comes in all forms. I try to compromise. I'm about to get super busy too. I've had a lot of job interviews and stuff like that, trying to change my job, and you just got to keep plugging at it. The right situation will come when it's time, right? So I'm gonna pull one angel card and then 3 cards on top of it. If you don't believe in angels, just substitute that for whatever it is you believe in, whatever God, the universe. The universe is all abundant. Everybody's God is included. There we go. One just fell. Okay, and the card is 5 of Thought. So I'm going to show the card. If you get an intuitive hit, follow that. It says, the path you were on seemed like the right one, but now you've run into a challenge. There's a better direction for you that will make you much happier in the end. Changes are necessary so you can get back on track. Avoid negative people who are draining or who bring unwanted drama into your life. Seems like there's 2 children on this card, and they're both, okay, one's chasing butterflies. So they're, like, off just wondering, like, about, well, they're in a fantasy, pretty much. And the other one's grounded, touching a rose. So you do need to ground yourself more. We go over this quite a bit in Pisces reading. But it's like the male-female is going in 2 different directions. So this means for some of you guys, it's talking about you need to balance more your male-female aspect. Okay, so this means at some points you're too, I'm not going to say feminine, but you're too soft. Okay, and then there's other times where you're getting too hard. For some people, you're like too hard. You need to balance both of them to alchemize. So it's the yin and the yang energy needs to combine here. So this means, okay, well, it is talking about getting rid of unwanted people. So this means like, that means the more feminine aspects coming out, where the male energy needs to come in, which is more dominating and creates boundaries and lines. That can be uncomfortable for women to do. And it's also seen as when women do that, they come across as aggressive. When a man does it, it's not seen as aggressive. So there's a double standard on that. And there's nothing wrong with being assertive. That's showing self-respect and love for self. There is some sense here you have to change, which means there's something that's going to be uncomfortable, but you have to do it. So if you have to speak up to somebody, then you have to do it. You have to say no. That means you have to say no. Like, don't let people push you around. You are being protected. Okay. And what's interesting is the male is on path. He's being spiritually guided. A butterfly is an ancestor. It is a symbol of ancestors, protection of ancestors. The girl is a little too close to the cliff. She may be a little more grounded, but she's gonna fall. And the angel is like, put her hands out like that to be like, to kind of like bring them back on path, because he's not seeing what may trip him up, because he's looking up at the butterfly like, woo, and the girl's not seeing, she's off the path and she's gonna fall. So it's like she's trying to guide them back on a direct path to look forward. You got to look and see things for what they really are. So it's like no longer avoiding things that need to change. It could be anything from attitude, which means seeing things from a different perspective, taking a negative and making it positive, understanding that all your struggles are are nothing more than lessons, and to make you stronger. Struggles turn you into a warrior. All right. It doesn't mean you're a victim. All right. You're only a victim if you allow yourself to be, and that means that you're not you got to get back up and you got to keep going. All right. Try to be optimistic too. Okay, because if you're not thinking positive, then you're gonna attract negativity. But do look directly what's in front of you. See things for what they are. Understand that change is just going to happen. You have to create that change. You have to take the steps for it. We have the Three of Pentacles that fell out. So this means working really hard. Some of you could be construction workers or production workers or something like that. Picking up hours. This could also mean taking jobs that you don't really want, but it's what you got to, if you're doing your own business or whatever, it's what you got to do. You know, it's also like understanding, okay, there's 24 hours in a day, all right? So it's like, if you're looking too far ahead into the future, okay, it's good to look in the future. It's good to know what you want. It's good to have a vision, a dream, a goal. Get that goal, that dream, that vision, okay, stamp it so that's what you want. You know it's what you want. You got to be determined. You got to be clear and decisive. And then you got to understand you have 24 hours. Okay, so stop looking at the future. You already know what you want. Stop looking at the past because it's already done. You can't change it. What you can do is focus on the now. The here and now is 24 hours. What are you going to do in your 24 hours to make that happen? What are you going to learn in those 24 hours to get you closer to that goal? Okay, you want to build muscle, then hey, you got 24 hours. Just think about the 24 hours. Don't think about, oh my goodness, it's going to take me forever to be a fitness instructor or whatever. Well, you got 24 hours, okay? Just think about that 24 hours. You just have to get through that one day, and you're one step closer, okay? It's change. It's holding yourself accountable, all right? You want a new job? You have 24 hours. Just think about that 24 hours. Don't go too far ahead. Don't go too far back, okay? Everything that happened in the past happened for a reason. It made you stronger and wiser. Understand that if you want your own business, it's going to take forever. It's a while, and it's going to be painful. It has to be painful, all right? There's no glory without pain. There are things you have to learn, and those hardships is what's teaching you that. It's teaching you how to be resilient. You know what I mean? Like, you have the Lovers here, the Six of Wands. You had 6 cards that fell out. My goodness. I only wanted 3, but we're doing it. All right. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is, yeah, you have to be very grounded and practical, okay? Earthly, okay? The earth is what you can touch and what you can feel, okay? What you can attend to in the here and now is what I'm getting. It's the 24 hours, okay? You got 24 hours. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to sleep 10 of those hours away? You're going to come home and watch TV, you know? But what you want is, you want a job, like, or you want to, some of you could be a writer. It's Pentacles. The guy's got a chip thing. You want to be a carpenter, or, you know, like, well, if you want to sell things that are wood and you make things that are wood, you got 24 hours. What are you going to do with that in your garage on the weekend? You could start building your handcrafted items. I would assume with the Pisces, if they were doing that, it'd be artistic in some manner. So it'd be like one of a kind. You could build up stock for that and then go to a flea market and sell it. You want to be a writer or an editor, because that is earthly. Okay, well then you got to go knock on 50 doors. You're going to get 50 doors slammed in front of you. You go knock on another 50. You'll probably get 2. All right? Don't give up here though. You just got to, okay, and then when you get that door slammed, shut the door to that 24 hours. The next day you wake up, it's a new day. It's 24 hours. Just think about, okay, it's a new day, 24 hours. What am I going to do with it? You got to, instead of coming home, watching TV, if you want to be a counselor, a lot of Pisces make great counselors. You want to be a therapist. I don't know why I'm getting that. It is earthly, so this means like touching things, building too, right? They were the ones that cook dinner, so it's like things that are attentive. Uh, you want to be a cook, okay, or a baker. Okay, well, you're gonna have to sacrifice your personal time with friends and family, and you're going to have to go to school for 4 hours out of the day. You want to go back to college, but you need to upgrade your you can do it online. Some of you might have to finish high school. You can do that online. There's some sort of sacrifices you have to do. It's no longer sitting there and pondering and being like, oh, why does this keep happening? Okay, you got to hold yourself accountable. You want change, you got to create it. By all means, it's not going to be easy, man. It's not going to be easy at all. It's going to be frustrating. And okay, if you're having problems in your relationship, okay, it's not just going to change. You got to talk about it. That's uncomfortable, but it's not, nothing's going to be different unless somebody takes a leap of faith. All right. Like, if you're falling out of an airplane, okay, you're gonna hit that ground unless you take unless you do the movements and pull the parachute. All right. So that you gotta take that leap of faith. You got a parachute, just pull it. You'll land. You'll be fine. Just focus on 24 hours though. I don't know why I'm getting that for you. 24 hours. You might have to get a nighttime job so you have the ability. Okay, my mother did this when we were young. I'm first generation, so it's a much different life when you come to a new country and you're first generation. Your parents are immigrants, so they have a different mindset. My mother made the sacrifices of working at nighttime, and then she finished her school in the daytime when we were at school. But she was always there to make dinner for us and everything. I don't know how my mother did it. God bless her. I'm lucky to have a strong woman for my mother. Uh, I wouldn't have made it through my life without her, teaching me the aspect of being resilient, never giving up. It doesn't matter what happens, okay? If you're having problems with your mother, you need to understand she did the best that she could in the circumstances that she had. All right? Healing needs to happen. It's love. You have a decision you need to make, and this decision is based on you, okay? She's the earth. She's here. She's present. This means you got to be present. You also have to understand, Pisces, not everybody has good intentions for you, okay? You'll meet a complete stranger that is more willing to help you out than the people that you've known your whole life. You'll meet a complete stranger that will be upfront and honest with you and lend a helping hand over a person that's known you your whole life, okay? But this comes down to you, okay? And when you start changing, people are going to try to pull you back as well. You have the Seven of Swords, and you have the Five of Swords. Okay, the Seven of Swords is the manipulation and underhanded tactics. It is that card. The sneaky. For some of you, this could be, if you want things to change in your relationship, it could be talking about the silent treatment happening or avoidance, some sort of thing for avoidance. And it means that that relationship's not going to change until things are spoken about. Also talking about noticing the difference between what you hear and you see, okay? Because I've gone over this before too with Pisces, with the Seven of Swords, okay? And the Lovers here, you have nothing but positive cards except the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords, what I'm getting, it either means you're lying to yourself, okay? So this means that when we all go through this, I went through a pity party phase. You need to do that. You just need to sometimes, okay, stop holding it in and scream in your pillow and kick your arms and your feet, okay? You're doing it by yourself. Nobody's going to see it. You got it out, okay? Next day comes, it's 24 hours. You're a new person. You don't have all that in there. There's a sense here of you could be lying to yourself, okay? You're stronger and you're more capable than you're thinking, okay? Like, you just got to get back up again. I'm hearing that troll song. You should go look at it, that clip. I'm feeling like some Pisces feel like that. It's all right, Pisces. I'm Sag. I feel like that. I've had Saturn in my sign. You guys might be experiencing the same kind of problems because Jupiter is your co-ruler. So you could be experiencing the same type of thing. Pisces can be very bubbly and happy, and people like to suck that out of you. It's like the Bergens. You might have some Bergens around you. There's a clip, Get Back Up Again by Poppy, Trolls. Uh, it's just the song, Get Back Up Again. But I'm seeing that whole song in my head, okay? Sometimes Pisces, nobody's just going to pick you up. You got to do it yourself. Is that sad? Absolutely. Is it hard to understand? Yep. But there's nothing you can do about it except get back up again. Listen to that song. This might be a Bergen that's trying to suck the happiness out of you. But I've gone this before for you guys too. This could also mean, because you have such positive cards, that you have somebody that's using trickery and manipulation around you to interfere in your relationship. It's pulling you guys apart. So this means that somebody could be claiming that the person's cheating without facts. Okay, it's assumption. It's assumption. All right. I always say, like, you need to know all the facts in order to put two and two together. Okay, so it's what you see and what you hear. Personally, if I can't see it, I don't believe in it. I do like body language, psychology, human behavior. And that's where my Aquarius placements are, and Aquarians understand that. They pour out the emotions, so they see through emotions. All right, I'm giving you tough love here, Pisces. All right, there's love here. I'm giving you all tough love. All right, I am a Sag with a Sag Mercury. I can be extraordinarily blunt. I do try to be nice about it, though. But okay, in order to get your victory, you do have the Six of Wands here. All right, you got to get on your horse and you got to go out there. It's a journey. You got to go. You got to go get it. And through journeys, I mean, if you look back in the olden days when they went on a quest, okay, they just didn't get to their destination. They had to go through forest and fight off bears, and they didn't have food. They had ripped clothes. They met other people who tried to steal from them and took all their stuff, and they still had to keep trucking to where they went, and they made it. The Five of Swords here is talking about sacrifice. All right, people see the Five of Swords. I've heard people be like, it's manipulation and underhanded tactics. I don't know where they're getting their information from, because that's the Seven of Swords. All right, this is sacrifice. This is an Aquarius energy. There's honor, because it's Saturn ruled along with Uranus. Saturn is its co-ruler, and Saturn knows the rules. They do things by the book. It's a slower process, but what happens is, because it's the unexpected, the Five of Swords, it's a victory card. It's only defeat if you allow it to be defeat. And what the defeat, this is victory. You have victory. It's sitting on top of the Six of Wands. How it's going to be defeat, though, because everybody pulls it out and they're like, oh, it's defeat. Okay, well, it's defeat for the two guys in the back of the card, but the one guy that's in the front, he's the one who won. And he won because he trained. He kept going. If it's defeat, it'll be self-defeat. Like, you have to make sacrifices. That means, the people who created businesses, they went without food for a while, all right? Some of them were even homeless. Look at famous people that were actors and actresses, sleeping in their car, had no food, no money. They ended up being successful. They're Hollywood stars, right? There's no glory without pain and struggle, all right? Blood, sweat, and tears have to go in it. Allow yourself to cry, Pisces. All right, you guys, namaste. Hopefully that helped you out, and I will talk to you next month. Ciao for now.